Have you ever felt like something inside you is asking for help, but you don't know exactly what it is? Have you noticed that strange feeling? A lump in your throat, an exhaustion that won't go away, an anxiety with no cause, and tried to push through anyway? Maybe. You're trying to survive while your consciousness is trying to save you. Many people think consciousness is just thoughts, logic, reason, but it's not. Consciousness is also your intuition. It's your body, it's your soul whispering, "Look at me. I know where it hurts." In this video, you'll understand why ignoring that whisper can cost you your peace and even your health. And you'll discover how to finally listen to the wisest part of yourself, your consciousness. If this theme is already resonating with you, like the video, share it with someone who needs to hear this, and subscribe to the Silent Wounds channel. Here, you are not alone in your pain, nor in your healing. The pain you feel might be a call from your consciousness. Have you ever wondered why you feel so much emotional pain even when everything looks fine on the outside? You have a job, you're alive, you're functioning, but inside there's an emptiness, a weight, a sadness with no name. This is not weakness. This is your consciousness trying to get your attention. Pain is often the most urgent way the body and mind find to say you're re-ignoring something essential. It could be an emotion you never wanted to feel, a truth you never wanted to face, a trauma you shoved under the rug of your own mind. But consciousness it doesn't forget. It stores, it watches. It tries to heal, even when you're too busy pretending everything's okay. What if your pain isn't a flaw? What if it's a call for healing? Stop for a moment, breathe, and ask yourself, what inside me is trying to get my attention right now? What is consciousness and how it tries to heal you every day? Consciousness is not just what you think. It's the part of you that knows, even when you haven't yet understood. It's that feeling in your gut when something's not right. It's the sudden urge to cry out of nowhere. It's the body that freezes, even when you try to push forward. Science has already proven that consciousness is more than reasoning. It involves the brain, the nervous system, the emotional field, and even the physical body. And all of this forms an internal alarm system, a system that wants one thing: to protect you. When you disconnect from this consciousness, you start living on autopilot. You ignore exhaustion. You swallow your tears. You suppress your anger. You survive, but you lose touch with who you really are. And do you know what consciousness does at that moment? It doesn't give up. It keeps trying to reach you through dreams, through symptoms in the body, through that nagging feeling that something is missing. Consciousness wants to heal you, but it can only do that if you stop and listen. Why do we ignore the signs? The culture of emotional silence. From a very young age, we are taught to distrust what we feel. When a child cries, many adults say, "Stop crying." When the child feels fear, that's nonsense. When they show anger, you're just acting out. This kind of response teaches something very dangerous: that feeling is wrong, that emotion is weakness, that pain should be hidden, not embraced. So we grow up believing that being strong means being silent, that overcoming means ignoring, and that being mature means not feeling too much. But pain doesn't disappear just because it was ignored. It transforms into anxiety, into insomnia, into unexplained fatigue, into a body that is screaming what the mind has learned to silence. The culture of emotional silence disconnects us from our own consciousness. It teaches us to listen to the world and silence ourselves. And when you spend your life ignoring what you feel, your consciousness will start to scream louder and louder until it's no longer possible to pretend it doesn't hurt. When you go silent, the body speaks, and it screams in pain. Have you ever noticed that your body has always been honest with you? It warns you, it feels, it tries to protect you. But when you don't listen, it screams. That tension in your neck that won't go away, the stomach that tightens on hard days, the tight chest, even without a clear reason. All of this may be your body trying to tell a story you haven't yet said out loud. Neuroscience explains that when you repress emotions, sadness, anger, fear, your body shifts into continuous survival mode. This causes an excess of cortisol, disrupts your sleep, alters digestion, and weakens your immune system. It's like living under attack, even when you're home, alone, in silence. The body starts to take on the role of inner voice. Because you've been silent for so long, it had to speak for you. And it's not just biology, it's emotional truth as well. Each recurring physical pain may carry an unspoken emotional wound. And many times, it's not the world that's hurting you. It's what you can't seem to say that is wounding you from within. Your body is your ally. And if it's suffering, maybe it's not because you are weak. Maybe it's because you've been too strong for too long without ever asking for help. How to listen to your consciousness and no longer suffocate your truth. Listening to your consciousness is not mystical. It's a practical, intimate, and deeply transformative act. You don't need to become someone else. You only need to start listening to what's already inside you. And it begins with small gestures of reconnection. 1. Conscious breathing. Every time you pause and breathe deeply, you're telling your body, I'm here, I'm listening. Breathe slowly. Feel the air coming in and going out. Let the silence reveal what you've been ignoring. 2. Truth writing. Grab a notebook and write without a filter. What am I really feeling right now? It doesn't need to sound pretty. It needs to be true. Even if anger, sadness, or emptiness comes up, let it out. Because what comes out doesn't make you sick. 3. Body awareness. Close your eyes. Bring your attention to your chest, your stomach, your throat. Where is there more tension? What does this place want to tell you? Sometimes just placing your hand over that spot and saying, I'm here with you, already begins to shift everything. 4. Speak to someone you trust or to yourself. Speaking is an act of healing. It can be with a therapist, a friend, or even out loud by yourself. When you hear your own voice telling the truth, something inside you begins to release. Listening to your consciousness is like coming home. It's stepping away from the noise of the world and returning to the center of your soul. And when you truly start to listen, healing has already begun. Healing begins when you stop and listen to what you've ignored for so long. Maybe you've spent your whole life trying not to feel, trying to be strong, not wanting to be a burden, pleasing everyone. But now it's time to ask, at what cost? You've ignored your pain so others wouldn't worry. You've swallowed feelings to keep the peace. You've suffocated the truth to appear okay. But now, who's taking care of you? Healing begins when you choose to do it differently. When you decide to stop, even if just for a moment, and listen. Listen to that exhaustion that isn't just physical. Listen to the tightness in your chest that's been asking for space for days. Listen to that part of you that only wanted to be seen, acknowledged, embraced. It's not easy. It's uncomfortable, but it's also liberating. Because when you listen to your consciousness, something changes. You stop fighting against yourself. You stop abandoning yourself, and you begin finally to walk toward healing, not denial. If something within you was stirred by this video, write in the comments below. My consciousness is calling me, and I'm ready to listen. Like the video, share it with someone who is also trying to find themselves again, and subscribe to Silent Wounds. Here, you have a safe space to feel. And if you want to understand even more deeply what happens when you ignore your emotions, watch this next video. If you keep ignoring your emotions, this will happen. It's in the card and also linked in this video's description. It is the direct continuation of this reflection. You are not broken. You are awakening, and your consciousness is trying to heal you. Will you listen? I'll see you tomorrow. A loving embrace from your friend, Elena Gray.